Hey Ravens fan, have you heard what Derrick Henry has to say about the MVP race this season? That guy who drags defenses and breaks records finally opened up, and the most interesting part? He's not talking about himself. He's talking about another player, Lamar Jackson, and he has something surprising to say about the MVP award. Does Lamar really deserve to take that trophy home? Or is there more to the story than we're seeing? You don't want to miss this one, right? Stick with us until the end, because what Henry said might change everything you think about the MVPs. Let's find out together. Go Ravens! After the impressive Ravens victory over the Texans, Derrick Henry got straight to the point about the MVP race. Henry, who has been playing alongside Lamar Jackson, didn't hold back when he said that Jackson deserves to win the award. He emphasized that, in his opinion, the Ravens quarterback has shown spectacular performance and, most important, that this season of his isn't a fluke, but the result of solid and consistent work over the years. Henry's confidence is clear. Lamar Jackson is undoubtedly the favorite to be named the league's best player. Henry knows how much effort Lamar has put in and the impact he's had on every game. He talked about how Jackson has been leading the Ravens to important victories, not only with his passes, but also with his. For Henry, this kind of versatility is one of Lamar's greatest qualities. Furthermore, Henry believes it's time for Lamar to finally get the recognition he deserves, not just for what he does on the field, but also for maintaining this high level of play throughout the season. If there's one player who has stood out as the team's leader, it's Lamar. And this is where the comparison to other MVP candidates comes. Even though Henry firmly believes Lamar deserves the award, he understands the race is tight, with other strong names like Josh Allen competing for the title. However, Henry has no doubts that Lamar has the numbers and performances to earn the title. Now, let's dive deeper into Lamar's stats and see what really makes him the favorite for MVP this season. Derrick Henry didn't hesitate when he said that Lamar Jackson deserves the MVP award. For Henry, it's not just about the numbers, but also the impact Jackson has had on every game, no matter the adversity. He pointed out that Jackson has shown throughout the season a level of performance that's worthy of the award. Henry said it in no uncertain terms. He deserves it. This trust in his teammate goes beyond the stats. It's about recognizing the consistent and decisive contributions Lamar has made to the Ravens. What Henry highlights the most is Lamar Jackson's consistency. He has played at a high level not just in one or two games, but throughout the entire season. Lamar has been a key player for the team's success, with great plays, accurate passes, and spectacular runs. According to Henry, Jackson has been the team's undisputed leader, and the way he's carried the team in several games shows just how crucial he is to the Ravens' success. This consistency, to Henry, is the key to understanding why Lamar is the true MVP contender. Additionally, Henry points out that Jackson has been an example of professionalism and dedication. To him, Jackson has proven time and again that he's capable of doing great things in the NFL, and it's not just a case of one good season. Lamar has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league for years, and it's this history of success that puts him in a strong position to win the MVP. To understand why Lamar has such impressive numbers, let's take a deeper look at his statistics. Derrick Henry knows that Lamar Jackson isn't just any player. Over the years, Lamar has shown he's one of the most complete and effective quarterbacks in the NFL. Henry emphasized that what makes Jackson even more special is his experience, as he's not just having a good season, but consistently showing excellence throughout his career. For Henry, Lamar has been one of the most exciting players to watch, and this experience is a major differentiator in the MVPs. Jackson's experience also goes beyond the numbers. Henry observed that while other players might have standout seasons, Lamar has maintained an impressively high level of performance for a much longer period. He has evolved year after year, facing different kinds of defenses and still keeping up the same incredible pace. This maturation of Lamar is something Henry values because he sees the Ravens quarterback as a true leader who knows how to adapt to circumstances and continue performing at an exceptional level. Finally, Henry believes that Jackson's experience not only makes him a better player, but also a stronger leader for the Ravens. He knows how to handle pressure, how to guide the team in key moments, and how to keep everyone's confidence around. This leadership has been a cornerstone for the team, and it's one of the factors that makes Lamar Jackson so valuable to the Ravens. Keeping Jackson's experience in mind, let's look at his stats and see how he compares to other MVP candidates. Well, we've passed the halfway point of the video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't hit that like button yet. It's really important for YouTube to keep promoting my content to you, so I can keep bringing you videos like this. It's free, so just hit that like button right now. Thanks. Now let's keep going. Lamar Jackson's stats this season leave no doubt that he's one of the best players in the NFL. Derrick Henry knows that Jackson's stats are one of the biggest proofs that he deserves the MVP. Jackson has incredible numbers both in the air and on the ground, making him a unique player. He's been one of the most complete quarterbacks, with a high number of touchdowns, few turnovers, and exceptional performance across the board. For Henry, these stats are clear evidence that Lamar has been the most dominant. Jackson has completed 67.9% of his passes, accumulating almost 4,000 yards and 39 touchdowns, with only 4 interceptions. These numbers aren't just impressive, but also superior to other quarterbacks competing for the award, like Josh Allen. Additionally, Lamar has been a constant threat in the running game, with nearly 900 yards and 4 touchdowns. These stats reflect Jackson's ability to be a weapon in multiple areas, making him even more dangerous for opposing defenses. Beyond the stats, Henry also notes how Jackson performs under pressure. Even with the responsibility of leading the Ravens, Lamar has proven capable of making big plays, especially in the most decisive moments. For Henry, this is something that puts Jackson in a very strong position in the MVP race. Now, let's see how Lamar compares to the other candidates and why he continues to be the favorite despite the strong competition from other big players. Of course, Derrick Henry, as a teammate, has a personal view of Lamar Jackson, and he admits this. He doesn't hide the fact that there might be a little bias in his support for Lamar, but that doesn't change his opinion. Jackson has been the best player in the league this season. Henry believes that, even with his close relationship with Lamar, Jackson has the numbers and the performance to fully justify the MVP selection. He knows there are other strong candidates, but for him, Lamar remains the favorite. This support from Henry carries significant weight because he knows Lamar intimately. He understands Lamar's dedication, the hard work and practice, and how he handles tough situations. For Henry, these qualities are critical when it comes to deciding who truly deserves the MVP. He sees Jackson not just as a great player, but also as a natural leader, someone who knows how to elevate his team and achieve great victories. Even with the possibility of other players shining, Henry has no doubt that Lamar is the player who stands out the most. Henry also points out that while he has this personal connection with Lamar, the evidence is in the numbers. Jackson has shown to be superior in many aspects, and for him, that's the most important criterion when talking about him. Even with the fierce competition, it's clear that Lamar remains the favorite. But let's see how this race plays out, especially with the strong competition from other big-name players. Despite Derrick Henry's strong support for Lamar Jackson, he knows the MVP race isn't easy. Josh Allen, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, has also been one of the top contenders for the award. Henry acknowledges that Allen is a popular player with a large fan base and solid stats, but he believes Jackson has been more complete in various areas. He points out that while Allen has been a great player, Jackson's statistics, especially his versatility as both a passer and a rusher, put him in a favorable position. The competition is fierce, and Henry understands that Allen's popularity may influence the MVP vote, but he emphasizes that Jackson's numbers cannot be overlooked. He sees Jackson as the player who has stood out the most throughout the season, not just because of the stats, but also due to his impact in the most importance. For Henry, this puts Lamar in a privileged position to win the MVP, even if the race is tight. In the end, Henry believes the decision on who will win MVP may be difficult, but for him, Jackson is the player who truly deserves the recognition. He has shown consistency, leadership, and impressive stats, making him the real favorite. Now, it remains to be seen how the votes will be distributed and if Jackson will indeed be the one chosen for the most coveted award of the season. So, what do you think about Derrick Henry's opinion on Lamar Jackson and the MVP race? Is the story of this award really unfolding this way? Or does Jackson still have to fight even harder to claim the trophy? What are your thoughts on this? Does he deserve a third MVP? Or are there other players who also deserve recognition? Share your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything about the Ravens and the latest in the NFL. See you next time.